Hey everyone. Now if you've watched my videos for a while, you'll have noticed that I use Linux as my operating system and Firefox as my web browser. And there's two main reasons for that, and I'm going to go through them in this video. Now if you're a Windows user, don't worry, there's still something in this for you, because one of the main reasons I use it is very important in Windows, and I'll go through that too. So I'll just go on the screen and show you what I'm talking about. Okay, now I recently had to set up a Windows 10 VM, which I'll just run here and just accessing it remotely. I'll just boot this up. Now this is a brand new install, and I haven't installed anything else on it. It's just the main operating system. Okay, so here it is, and it's on the internet and ready to go. Now if I just open this for the very first time, I've never touched this. Okay, let's see what comes up. It's already obviously going to Microsoft and doing something. And it's having a whinge about the browser straight away. But let's say I didn't want that. I'll close them down. What's here? I don't know who the hell Sally Kellerman is, right? Oh, I do now because it says it right there. But here's the thing. I didn't ask for any of this to come up on my screen. Okay, I don't need this to tell me it's raining, because I can tell this, that, and the other, all this stuff. I didn't ask for any of this. And the problem with that is, it changes what you're thinking about. So right now I might be thinking of food when I wasn't thinking of food 2 seconds ago. You might be thinking about Russia or something. You might be thinking of whatever. When all I was planning on doing was making a video, playing a piano, doing this and that. Now obviously I can change the home page, but what I'm going to do is install Firefox. So I'll just get into that. Alright, so Firefox is installed, but it's got stuff I don't want to know about either. So what I'm going to do is clean this right up. Okay, so just get rid of the old stuff here. All these things here I do not care about. I don't care about Facebook or Wikipedia, so I'm going to get rid of them. Just piss them right off. Shortcuts, sponsor shortcuts, all that crap. Even Google I don't want. So quickly run into some settings. So this is just some basic stuff I do in any install. I'll get to the good stuff in a minute. Let me just clean this up. Now when I click down here, I don't want these things here either, so let's get rid of them. Okay, I don't want any of these suggestions. So now I can just type. So I'm not bombarded with anything. That's the first thing. And I'll just get rid of this bookmarks toolbar as well. I sometimes use that, sometimes don't. But anyway, there's a basic browser with nothing annoying me. Okay. Now there's links that I usually go to, obviously my what you'd call favorites or the bookmarked ones, but instead of having bookmarks in this, what I actually do is I have a web page of bookmarks. Now for this, I've just got it as a file. Okay, so I've just got an example here with some links. My real one looks better than that, of course. And the benefit of that is when I have it on an actual server as opposed to just a file, I can access it from any of the computers around the house. So if I just click on one of these links, my bookmark will come up. I've just made these random ones for now. So you can see whatever. And what I do is make that the home page. So go to the home page, and for new tabs, I want a blank page for them. And the home page, I want to be the current page that I've got, which is that one, or whatever it ends up being, whatever you're using. So now, if I've got a blank start here, I can just click on the home page. There's my links. Bang, I can click one of them. Okay, so that's just a bit of initial setup that I had to do because it's a new install. But here's one of the things I use it for. You can see just this random sort of web page. It's mostly clean and easy to read, but there is some stuff over here that I don't care about. There's stuff taking up real estate on the screen, and the fonts are different from one website to the next. Like if I just open that with the middle button, just click it so it opens a new tab. Click on another link here. Actually, I'll probably click on all of them. I'll show you these links. Okay, so you've got different web pages of different things. I just picked some random ones before. And you can see the same sort of thing. You've got something popping up in the middle here to annoy me, and I've got to find the little X to close that. But I won't just at the moment, because I'll show you how I get around that. Now this one here, we've got different colored backgrounds, so your eyes have to kind of readjust. This one here, you've got crap all over the screen. So if you go to this button here, it's actually called a reader button. But by clicking that, it basically cuts all the crap out, and you just get what you need. And it's a standard font, so your eyes can adjust to that text. And if you go to a different one, let's go to this one, click the button, bang, it's the same style as the one there, so you can just read it. And this one here, without having to close this and mucking around to get to what you need, press the button. So that's one of my most commonly used features of this, is that reader button, which just cuts the crap. Okay, same thing again, just press the button and you're away. It doesn't work for every website, but it does work for the vast majority, so it's pretty good. Now if I just go back to that Windows one here, okay, so once again I've got all this crap here. If I start a new tab, what happens? Oh, all this crap again. Okay, now Control-O doesn't even seem to work to open a page on this. Okay, so I'm going to do it the hard way. Go to the actual file and double click it and open it in this browser here just for now. Okay, so going back to one of these links before that I showed in Firefox. Okay, so here it is on Windows and it goes left to right. I just don't like it. It's got a weird colored background and it's not as easy to read as the Firefox one was. And also, I guess it depends what you're viewing this on, but this is left and right, whereas I use the vertical monitors for my web browsing, which I'll show on the camera in a minute. But either way, that's one of the main reasons I use Firefox, because I could just cut the crap out and just read text, and it's easy on the eyes. Alright, now I'm going to show you the main reason I use Firefox on Windows especially. I use it on both, but on Windows, why it's important. Now this is Windows here on a VM, but it has internet access. Now if I click the start button here, you can see it obviously knows I'm in Australia. We've got Canberra stuff here and just whatever else. Windows being Windows sends data to the internet and no doubt to Microsoft and everywhere else, and you don't really know what it's doing. Okay, now I have a dual boot system on my main desktop here, which I boot between Linux and Windows, and the reason I've got Windows on there is for a couple of music programs, but that's it. It doesn't need any internet access, but sometimes I just want to look something up quick on a web page. So what I like to do on a Windows machine, because I don't trust them at all, I go to the settings, and first of all actually I'll show you the network config. Okay, so IP config. You can see there's my address and there's my gateway. So I can ping anything out in the world. Okay, so that's going through my router and getting out into the world. But what I'm going to do is go to the network settings, and where I have my actual network addressing, here's what I'm going to do. Now we've got that address from DHCP. Okay, actually, get out of the way so I can see what it was. 100.10. I'm going to go, I don't have IPv6 at home. I'm going to go to the IP address, and I'm just going to put that in manually, 192.168.100.10, but I'm not going to give it a gateway. Okay, it won't have a gateway. I won't give it DNS either. Okay, so I'm not giving it a default gateway. So when I set that, close, no apply, just do it. Now I'll have a look at the config. So we've lost the gateway. So now if I try to ping anything out on the internet, like 111 again, it won't be able to get there because it needs to route to that network, and I've got no default gateway. So right now, this Windows machine cannot, no matter what it thinks it can do, it can't access the internet. So that won't get updated, and if I go to its web browser, it probably won't be much anymore. There's an issue loading this feed. Okay, it won't get it because it can't access the internet. Now why did I do that? As I said, I don't want my Windows machine accessing the net because I don't need to do anything on the net. But what I can do on Firefox is go to settings and set up a proxy server. So go down here and set up a proxy server, which I've got running on 192.100.100. Now that obviously has to be on the same subnet because there's no router. And just use that for everything and go. So now when I go back here and try that again, you can see it comes up. And you can press the reader button and you're straight into it. The thing is, with the Windows one, you can't do that. Now if I try to go, I can't even open that file because Control-O doesn't work to open a file. But if you try to get it anywhere, duckduckgo.com, okay, nothing's going to happen because we don't have a default route still. So nothing's changed in the network settings. I still don't have any way to get out there. The problem is, for this, the settings on here for the proxy, it's actually system-wide. So on Windows, if you go to the proxy, Okay, so I've got the proxy settings. If I set the proxy server up here and get it to use that, the thing is that's now system wide. So this will work, but everything in Windows will also be able to get there. So all the crap that runs in the background on a Windows system will also use that proxy. And if I do a packet capture on that, it'll just be swamped with crap. So what I don't want to do is have Windows as an operating system having any contact to the outside world. So if I do that, I get rid of that. Okay, so the Windows browser can't get to it, but the Firefox can. Okay, so Firefox has the proxy settings available, whereas Chrome doesn't, Edge or Internet Explorer, and that they don't have it. So that's the main reason I use that on Windows. Now when I use Linux, I don't bother setting that up on Firefox. I just let it get out into the internet because I don't restrict the Linux system getting on the net, because that's what I mainly use, and it's not as noisy on a network as Windows, and it's not trying to contact some company because it's open source. So they're the two main reasons I use Firefox. All right, and what you would have also noticed is I have monitors vertically here, and I use them for reading stuff or programming or a lot of things actually, because generally that's how books are laid out in that sort of layout, and it makes sense to browse web pages like that too. Okay, I won't bother with screen capture because it will change the orientation of it, but you can see that it's just easier to read stuff on here vertically with plain text without all the crap in the background. That's why I use it. Okay, so they're the main two reasons I use Firefox. There's others like all the shortcuts and this and that I use that I won't get into, but the two main ones are the reader to make life easier and to restrict the system access on Windows but still allow browsing within Firefox, so it keeps the network traffic down. Anyway, just thought I'd share that with you. So that'll do for now. Till next time, take it easy.